Alright, so I got the rocker off of the bottom of this car there. It was all bent. So let me see if I can show you. Right, you can see it basically where it's at. Right along here, it's all hammered up, so I got a mini anvil here, and I'm gonna pound it out as much as I can with this guy. So I'm just gonna kind of use that flat part to make that straight, and then I'm gonna try to put that curve back in it right there, you know, using the anvil still. So and then I'll just do the Bondo. The whole point is to like get it as close as I possibly can without adding too much Bondo onto it, because that way it won't crack off. Not that it would anyway, but anyway. So we'll just do it, see if it works. Yes. Like, it is coming out, believe it or not. It's like a barbaric way to do it, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. It's coming. It's getting some shape back into her. It's kind of an old school way to do it, but you know, why buy new parts if you can just fix the old parts? You know, you might as well keep it all original metal if you can. I kind of think that this is like it feels like it's alloy. Well, it is. It's aluminum for sure, but it's heavy because there's so much paint on this thing. Like, there's probably 9 coats of paint on this, and on the other side, like, just too much. Does look better.
Let me bring you in for a closer look.
I don't even know if I'm filming myself. I don't know if the camera was even pointed at me, but anyway. This is it's coming. Like the goal, because you see this kind of curves down like that. So I'm just trying to replicate it as much as I can here. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to make this part round, which involves probably another piece of wood, and I'll wedge it in between the vise and a piece of wood, and I'll just kind of top it down until it rounds off. So it's just a matter of using like violence and tools, but it'll come. So how can I put it now? I'm not a videographer, and I just kind of do this just to see if anybody actually watches shit like this. But I don't know. Fucking mess. You know what I could do though? I could run that through the wheel. Maybe that's what I'll do. I have an English wheel that I love to use. So it's right there. So I think what I'll do then is I'll run this piece through there, and what that's going to do is just kind of pinch it. Like it pinches it and then it'll like curve it, right? So I won't do it too hardcore, but I'll do it just enough so that I can like shape the rest of it with filler. That looks like the die. You want it flat, but a little bit round on the end. So welder away. I'm kind of pressed for not really room, but I just you get a lot of projects in, you run out of space pretty quick. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, man. I think that'll work. So smart. But I gotta keep, like it kind of curves up here, so it kind of goes flat, 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 and then swings up for the contour of the fender flare. So I gotta keep in mind that I have to stop, you know. So what I'll do is feed it through, pinch it in a little bit, down. I'll pinch it in a little. And basically what this is going to do is stretch the metal, but it will add like a contour to it. So like right there, it's almost right on. So then I got to figure out how to get this curve back into that. And that'll also probably involve some violence. in hammers, but first things first. There. Not too much. I don't want it all stretched out, but yeah, holy crap. You can tell that that's, I don't know, that came out pretty good. So now I'm gonna just find a crease or a table edge or even my anvil, and I'll just kind of fold it over and see and try to make that fold over so it looks right, or it looks good enough for, you know, for when it's time to paint and do body work like Bondo. I should tape it, and then I'll have then I'll know where to bend. I just gotta find some tape, which you would think a body place would be easy. But I think I ran out of tape and I never bought any more yet. Like that last car I did. Can't find nothing. I try to be organized, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. There's some tape up there. Yeah, there's some tape. Got some. So what I'm gonna do is, like, I'll just mask where the fold begins, where the curve begins. And then just eyeball it. Because who uses tape measures? Not me. I'm not a carpenter. So that bends right there. It's kind of flat there now. Kind of by design. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just I'll use this and I'll just tap it with the hammer. I should clamp it, I wonder if I clamped it, if it would be better. We'll try it with it first. Yeah, so I'll put it there and I'll just tap on it, see what happens. Yes, there it goes. Yes. That's nice. Back in the day, I used to apprentice a blacksmith, and he showed me a lot of metal shaping kind of tricks. It's kind of a lost form of art now. Like a lot of people go to university so they don't have to do bullshit like this, but I didn't have that opportunity, so here I am. But the thing is it's like a craft that no one knows how to do anymore, and it surprises me. I'm kind of glad that I have it, you know, that I have the ability to do this stuff. Because it helps people. People want their dream cars built and painted, and you know, there's fewer and fewer guys doing it now, and like doing actual old school body work. A lot of guys would just throw in a new fucking piece and But I believe in if it can be fixed, you might as well fix it because it's just metal. Metal can be bent. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. How can you bitch about that? You know, that looks pretty darn good to me. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I like that. I think that looks pretty damn good. I might do a little bit more right there. I don't want to go too crazy because there's a point where if I do it too much, it won't look right? So it's on the bottom of the car, but I mean, if you're doing a quality job, I mean, every little piece counts. Yes, I think that looks pretty darn good. So you can see, like, that's kind of how it should be, you know. Keep it in mind that, how does that work? Keep it in mind that it does, you know, how can I show it to you? It does flare out here in the end, right? It swoops up, and that's just to fit the contour to that rear fender, how it kind of gets fat right there. So yeah, man, that's gonna look pretty okay, I think. Throw her on there right quick, just throw it up, hold it up against it and see if it looks okay. I think it will. I was kind of surprised this came off. I was just trying to figure out how I was gonna do this without. Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty damn good, man. I think what I'll do is I'll just keep tapping on it there for a minute. Ugh. Just to get a little more roundness back into it there, and then I'll stick it back on. I'll just fold it over a bit more here. I need like a camera chick, like Bad Chad has. Just a chick that holds a camera all day and downloads everything. And then I'll be able to be a millionaire. And I'll do really half-assed work. And then be able to buy whatever I want. Because it always seems to be that's the type of person that makes all the money, is the guys that always fuck it up. But I guess that's like entertainment. I don't know. So good at this shit. Should do this for a living. Cool. Yes, that is fucking nice. Good. I'm kind of glad that I did that because I was wondering how I was going to fix it. But now, I'm going to take this out of the little tripod. But now you can see that it's like, you know, straight. That's how you want it. It still swoops up on the end. Contour follows along. So there it is, man. And when you go to put it on, this just screws on, like from the factory. It's kind of cool. Yeah, like that. Yep. That's good. So I'll chuck that on. It's not much sense in me showing you that. But anything that can be fixed now, I can just use, you know, a 1/16 of Bondo and just kind of shape it if I have to. I'm not going to use too much Bondo because especially on the lower part of the car where it could get like bottomed out. If you do that and, you know, somebody does bottom it out, all that Bondo will just break off. But I mean, you know, whatever. But you can see like the shine of where the curve is. I kind of got it back, so right on. So I'm gonna chuck that on. That's it. Thanks for watching my channel. Subscribe if you're watching. You might as well subscribe. I should take like a thumbnail picture, and I'll call it like Porsche destroyed, and then I'll get like 1 million views. But this is a car. It looks really good. I mean, to me it looks really good because I saw what it started off as. This looks good. That fender was crinkled. That's all straightened out. And that part of the hood was all crinkled. That's all straightened out now. And then I think it got smoked in the side here, so it's got like a see-through skim of Bondo on there. I tapped and dollied all of that out to like make it, you know, to shape it out. And it took fucking days, really. I was gonna say hours, but, and I'm still working on it, so. But this was all crinkled, and like now it's all metal and very little Bondo. The Bondo that's in it's just to cover up the low spots. You know, it's ready for primer. Once I sand out these couple of spots that I got going on, just like finishing touch-up spots like there, and once I do that, then I'm gonna give this thing a bath, and then I'm gonna fucking throw some primer on it, man. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna roll it on. I'm gonna roll on some high build primer, and then I'll run I'll knock it down with, you know, 220, and then I'll roll like I'll spray on a coat of guide coat, then I'll block it down, and then I might do a pre-paint, which means I'm gonna paint the car with maybe 1 or 2 good coats, probably 2. And then what I'll do is, there's bound to be waves in the car with this much damage. No matter how good of a body guy you are, like if I just went and painted this, and gave it back. Like, it's just gonna be, there'll be some waves in it. So what I'm gonna do is pre-paint it, see where all the waves are, which I don't suspect will be a lot. Then I'll fix them. Then I'll spot prime the parts that I fixed, and then I'll paint the car again with probably another 2 or 3 coats of single stage. And it's gonna look fucking good. It looks straight and it'll look good. So it's gonna be a really nice straight car for the guy. I can't wait to get rid of it. So then after that's done, I tried to sell this bike, can't sell it. People are fucking crazy, man. People are like, I've had this on for like next to no money, and people were trying to lowball me and fucking on and on. It didn't run right. It still doesn't run perfect, but it's getting to the point where it's starting to run really well now again, just because of all the work I've done to it. So this is going to be painted too. I'm also keeping it since I can't sell it. So the back fender is going to come off in the tank and the side covers and stuff. And then I'll paint parts of the frame, like where it's kind of nicked up from rocks and whatever else. That back fender is kind of hammered up. So it's going to get a fresh coat. I'm going to do something custom, maybe a custom color, maybe two-tone it. I'm going to try to make it look like an old bike. So it's a 2009. So I'm gonna look at how Harley Davidson used to paint their bikes in like the 40s, and I might take kind of a nod to that to do this bike, because I want to pull up and have people like, oh, what year's that bike? And I'm gonna be like, oh, it's 2009, but it looks like a 1957. You know, and then there's that old girl. Fuck, I love that bike. It's beautiful. And this is a new project, a full bagger. I call baggers station wagons because, you know, with the fairing and the, you know, 4 bags glued to your bike, like, where are you going that you need like 15 fucking hard bags mounted to your bike? Anyway, I'm gonna paint this station wagon up. I'm trying to convince the guy, it's actually gonna go the same color as that, but I'm gonna try to convince the guy to do a two-tone with that kind of orange that's supposed to be in a gray that was on that Datsun, and I think that would look sick, but that's going to be a project in its own. But anyway, there it is, man. There's half an hour video.